Hey everyone, it's DJ South United, and just thought I'd make another video. You know I'm trying to get back into this, but oh god damn, my hair looks Jewish today, man. Look at this straight up Jew fro going on, looking messy as hell. And no one to crack about the Jew jokes, man. I'm Jewish. I rip on everyone. Anyone who takes any sort of stereotypical joke, unless it's crossing the line, don't deal with Holocaust jokes, anything like that, but take a breath, man. Relax. But what I wanted to talk about today is the 2011 Stanley Cup playoffs. And as you can tell by my terrible, terrible playoff beard, I'm a diehard hockey fan. And there is nothing you can do to separate me from the Washington Capitals. But I wanted to look back, and I've looked at the statistics. I've looked at I've looked at everything from just player stats to versus stats to home and away stats to crowd playoff, history, coach history, everything. And I wanted to try to see what I think is going to happen with the 2011 playoffs. So I guess I'll start with this first round, which is almost complete, and just tell you what I had before. I had the Capitals in 5 games, which they did. I have the Buffalo Sabres in 7 games, which will be decided tonight, hopefully. I had the Canadiens in 6 games, which won't happen, but the Canadiens have a chance to tie it back up at 3 and go back to Boston and try to win it. And I had the Lightning in 7 games, which is possible. The Lightning win tomorrow, they win in 7, so that's my Eastern. I am a Capitals fan, so I know a lot more about the Eastern Conference. So, you might be thinking those are all pretty good picks. We'll see if you still think that when you go to the West. I had Vancouver in 5 games. I thought they were going to completely bowl over Chicago, and they should have. I think they're making the same mistake this year as the Capitals have made in the past couple of years. They sort of let up a little bit. When the Capitals went embarrassingly down to the Canadiens last year, you could just see that they were letting up, weren't playing with their heart. And I don't know if it was the Blackhawks playing with more pride because they had to defend their honor, but I thought at 4 or 5 games, Blackhawks were done. They didn't look good in the regular season at all. But anyways, and I had San Jose in 6 games, which was true. I've thought they're pretty much following the same path as the Caps. Sort of just getting past that hump of getting out on the first, second round all the time and becoming a really solid playoff team. Sorry about that, I had to adjust that. I had Detroit in 6 games, which, they won in 4. They were the first team in. And I had Anaheim actually in 7 games, which they lost to Nashville. But to be honest, I didn't really know all that much about that series. So now we're going to take my picks from the first round and follow them all the way through. I think that the Washington Capitals go up next round against hopefully the Lightning, take care of them easily. I think it's a matchup that the Caps and Lightning play very similarly, but the Caps have much more experience. They, have much more playoff experience. They really, really have that drive. As Tampa Bay really hasn't been in the mix in a while, and they've got to get back into that sort of playoff run. I think they take care of that easily, and then for Boston and Montreal or Philly and Buffalo, I think if everything goes right, I have Buffalo winning and Montreal winning. But whoever wins that, honestly, there's not a strong team in there. Philadelphia, got knocked out, and they were easily going to win the Eastern Conference, and they just started landsliding, and I really don't see them playing all that well at all, ever. They get a good game in there, but it's because of individual efforts every once in a while. So whoever wins that, Philadelphia is likely to win that, Montreal is likely to win that. I don't think whoever wins that can take down either the Capitals or the Lightning, no matter who wins that series. So saying that I have the Capitals to win that, I also have them to win the Eastern Conference. And I'm a Caps fan, I'm sorry. But I think most hockey fans will agree that they've been playing solid. They've been playing a very much more even game. So I'll move to the Western Conference because I think the Western Conference is a lot more interesting this year. So you have Vancouver going up against uh, Anaheim or Nashville, sorry, now, and because I have Vancouver winning Game 7 here, um, and I think that's a very interesting thing. And Nashville just dominated the first round. They really, you could see that they wanted to get out there, and they wanted to get out there early, even though it was a 4-5 matchup. They really pushed it out, and you could see they were really playing hard on the blue line. They were getting their forechecks in. Their back check had a little, it was a little shaky at times, but when you're forechecking as well as they were, they didn't have to back check a lot because the puck was always in the offensive zone. Um, so I think that that's a very interesting matchup. However, I think Vancouver, if they win this first round, if Chicago wins this first round, then Nashville is going to easily beat Chicago. I think Chicago is taking everything they have out of the tank to try to win this because, they were so far behind. Um, Vancouver wins this first round. I think they still punish through. I think they win in 6 games, 4-2 against Nashville, and take home ice and really push through that. The more interesting matchup is San Jose versus Detroit because that is San Jose versus Detroit is two very conflicting styles. San Jose upcoming with Joe Thornton, and they've got tons of experience now in the playoffs, but Detroit is always the most out elite team, always the most experienced team, always the best coach. They really always have their ducks in a row when it comes to the playoffs. And people thought, this year wasn't really their year. Then, they probably won't go down against Phoenix, but, that this wasn't really the year that they were going to go far. They came back, they were in 6th, 7th in the last month. They came back, jumped into 3rd, won their division, and, they could easily dominate. But I honestly don't think this is Detroit's year. Although every year I say I don't think it's Detroit's year, and it hasn't been recently. But I think San Jose is really, they're in the same spot as the Capitals where they want to finish this thing. They want to get into the Stanley Cup Finals, and they want to, push through. I don't think they get to the Stanley Cup Finals, but I think they beat Detroit in 7 games. Actually, I take that back. I think they beat Detroit in 6 games. I don't think they can afford to let it go to 7. They go to Detroit in 7, and I think Detroit wins that through. But let's say Detroit only goes to 6, San Jose wins, and I got San Jose against Vancouver, and I have San Jose actually winning that too, which puts San Jose against the Washington Capitals in the final. And I'm not going to speak about that because, crossing my fingers, I can't say anything. Diehard Capitals fan again, and hopefully I won't have to shave this for a while, but I don't touch the finals until they're there because there's so many other things that can happen. Although this isn't the NCAA tournament, hopefully there won't be that many upsets this year. But that was my little analysis of this. Anyone, I'm sure lots of people won't see this, but feel free to comment, discuss what you think is going to happen. Just thought I'd share my playoff view. I'm pretty educated in hockey, so I'm DJ South United, and that's my bit.